first one was related to her throne. And the second one was the Sarh. She went into the Sarh. فَلَمَّا رَأَتْهُ حَسَبَتْهُ لُجَّةً. Inshallah, we're going to be looking at a very interesting section in the Quran. And this is related to the Queen meeting with Sulaiman alayhi salam. This section has been interpreted in a certain way, and there's been a lot of details mentioned. Some of them are very problematic. I'm going to speak specifically about when the Queen arrives to the palace of Sulaiman alayhi salam. Now, prior to her arriving, what happened was Sulaiman alayhi salam had the throne of the Queen being transported. She was from Yemen and he was in the Holy Land, so it's a very large distance. And then Allah says, فَلَمَّا جَاءَتْ, when she came. قِيلَ, it was said to her. Possibly soldiers met her. So Sulaiman alayhi salam is not in the picture yet. And she was told, أَهَكَذَا عَرْشُكِ, as if to say, this is your arsh. Now, prior to her coming, Sulaiman alayhi salam actually tells them to disguise it in a certain way. And he tells them, we'll see, will she be guided by our plan? So they actually planned something for her to become a Muslim, to submit to the one true God. And so she's told, أَهَكَذَا عَرْشُكِ? It didn't say, does this look like your arsh? So did the Queen know that it was her arsh? I think she knew it was her arsh very well. There would be details on it only she would know about. Her response is interesting. She says, قالت كأنه هو. It's as if it is. Now, one thing to note about this is that the next part has usually been interpreted to be the words of Sulaiman alayhi salam, although we don't find any mention of him in the context. What that would indicate is that she's continuing on with her speech, that what comes after is still the speech of the Queen. When she saw the arsh, her throne, and it was actually disguised a certain way, is there any indication of what he did or what he could have done? Now, there's been speculation. My personal opinion, it was mostly related to covering up any indication of the sun, because they used to worship the sun as their god. So when she saw it, all the things that indicate the sun were removed. What he did exactly, Allahu alam. But she continues on and she says, وَأُوتِينَ الْعِلْمَ, we were given knowledge. What knowledge? Of the one true God. وَأُوتِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهَا, so we had this belief in the one true God. This was something we used to have, maybe when she was a young child. Maybe her own parents used to worship the one true God. وَكُنَّ مُسْلِمِينَ, we were submitters to the one true God. So it's making her think about her beliefs. This was actually the first path that she was taken on by Nabi Sulaiman. So he had planned this out. وَصَدَّهَا مَا كَانَتْ تَعْبُدُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And then this is a statement that Allah makes, talking about the Queen. And this is very, very common with a lot of people. Something averted her, stopped her. What stopped her from this belief of being a Muslim was worshipping others besides Allah. إِنَّهَا كَانَتْ مِنْ قَوْمٍ كَافِرِينَ. Verily she was from a disbelieving people. As a queen, she inherited this disbelief. It wasn't something that she introduced. Then comes the second part. قِيلَ لَهَا, it was said to her, أُدْخُلِي الصَّرْحِ, enter into the Sarh. This word, the Sarh, is also mentioned in a story of Fir'aun, where he commands Haman to build him a Sarh. So we can actually get information about the Sarh from here as well. This is what I want to do, inshallah. Before that, we'll go back to the story, obviously. This is the most important part. وَقِيلَ لَهَا أُدْخُلِي الصَّرْحِ. It was said to her, enter into the Sarh. She entered into the Sarh. And this was the second part of the plan. The first part was her throne. The second part is as-Sarh. فلما رأته, when she saw it. حسبته لجة, when she saw it, she thought it was commonly translated as a body of water. حسبته ماء. Lujja actually means something that's very vast and expansive. وكشفت عن ساقيها. This part here, unfortunately, I have to say, is the way it's been interpreted is that she uncovered her shins. So both of her shins, she uncovered them because she thought it was water. Question, would Allah mention the uncovering of the awrah of a woman? What's actually even more problematic? It said that Nabi Sulaiman actually planned it all out because he actually wanted to marry her and he heard she had hairy legs. This is actually mentioned in Tafsir literature. And then when she uncovered it, he found hairy legs. And then he got the jinn to create some sort of paste she could use to remove her hair. Would Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mention the uncovering of a female body part, which is haram for men to look at? وَكَشَفَتْ عَنْ. For example, I could say كَشَفْتُ عَنِ الْمَسْأَلَةِ. I examined and I discovered something about the matter. What did I discover? Maybe the truth behind it. So here, كَشَفَتْ عَنْ سَاقَيْهَا. What does the word saq mean? Now, I do realize some scholars have interpreted it as a leg, a saq. In the Quran, the word saq means a path that one is taken on. وَالْتَفَّتِ السَّاقُ بِالسَّاقِ إِلَى رَبِّكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْمَسَاقِ. It's talking about the time of death, where one pathway that one is going in this world gets connected and intertwined with another, the hereafter. إِلَى رَبِّكَ يَوْمَئِذٍ الْمَسَاقِ. And to your Lord that day will be the masaq, the actual masaq, the way that you go. You go to your Lord. Similarly here, وَكَشَفَتْ عَنْ سَاقَيْهَا, meaning that she discovered something. عَنْ سَاقَيْهَا, the two paths that she was taken on. The first one was related to her throne. And the second one was the Sarh. She went into the Sarh. فَلَمَّا رَأَتْهُ حَسَبَتْهُ لُجَّةً. She noticed it was so vast and overwhelming. حَسَبَتْهُ لُجَّةً. وَكَشَفَتْ عَنْ سَاقَيْهَا. قَالَ. Notice here, قَالَ is mentioned. Who's it talking about? قَالَ, not قِيلَ. قَالَ. That's Nabi Sulaiman. She entered into the Sarh, possibly by herself, and then she's looking and she's overwhelmed. And then Nabi Sulaiman says, إِنَّهُ صَرْحٌ مُمَرَّدٌ مِنْ قَوَارِيرٍ. It is a sarh made from smooth, purified glass. He's mentioning what it's made from, so she understands, but she was overwhelmed. What did she see, however? فَلَمَّا رَأَتْهُ. And this caused her to become a Muslim, to submit. And she entered in a specific time. Most likely, my opinion, I believe that it was a nighttime. And she saw the celestial bodies. Not just the sun that she used to worship, but other suns as well. She saw the star systems and realized that the sun was not a god. And then she says, قالت ربي إني ظلمت نفسي وأسلمت مع سليمان لله رب العالمين. She became Muslim then. So that's the interpretation. Wallahu alam. كذا كنت السلسل. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, to like the video, and to turn on notifications.